Hey everybody, how's it going? This is John Breeden. It is March 13th, 2019. It is Wednesday on the show, which means I'm here to preview the upcoming race weekend at the California Speedway, or the Auto Club Speedway, whatever you want to call it. It's the Auto Club 400 this Sunday for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, also Xfinity racing on Saturday. And Auto Club Speedway over the years has provided some of the best racing of any track. A lot of 4 wide and even 5 wide racing at some points. Lots of good restarts and lots of great finishes. You look back at some of the best finishes at this racetrack. You look at 2013, Kyle Busch getting by Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, who both wrecked each other on the last lap, and you had Kevin Harvick's last lap pass on Jimmy Johnson, 2011. Lots of good finishes at this racetrack, and I can only hope that we will see another great finish this weekend, but more importantly, a great race. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Xfinity, and it is the Production Alliance Group 300 on Saturday. And if you check the entry list, yes, Kyle Busch back behind the wheel once again of another Xfinity car. His third straight Xfinity race, going for 3 in a row in the Xfinity Series. He won at Las Vegas, his hometown track. He won last week at the ISM Raceway, and he's going for a three-peat. Christopher Bell looking to rebound after 2 straight weeks. He has been running in the top 5 and then crashed out. So he's looking to rebound from that. And no other Cup drivers, as far as I know, running this race. Only Kyle Busch will be in the Xfinity race. So I think no question. Here's the thing. I just can't see right now. Kyle Busch is just in the zone right now as far as these Xfinity races. And now it's rubbed over the Cup Series. I mean, he dominated Phoenix this past week, and I think that 200 wins, I know he said before, like, to him, 200, he's just trying to build on his own legacy. He's not too concerned. He's not, he's not going out of his way to get number 200. He's just going out there and racing and trying to win no matter what. But truth is, I think that him being so close to 200 wins, it's just given him just an extra fire, and I tell you, he's in the zone right now. So as far as this Xfinity race goes, I can't bet against him, man. I cannot bet against him. Kyle Busch is going to win at the California Speedway and get his third straight, and this would be win number 200 across all 3 series. And I mean, say what you want about him, but he is arguably one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR history. I mean, 52 Cup wins, 94 Xfinity wins, 52 truck wins. I mean, it's just incredible what he's been able to do. So, Kyle gets win number 200 on Saturday. And, yeah, so as far as everybody else, I really expect Tyler Reddick to run good this week. And if you look back at Homestead, I guess they do consider Homestead like a mile and a half, but it runs, in some ways, it runs a lot like a 2-mile track, kind of like California. And obviously Tyler Reddick just dominated there last year, took the championship. So I expect big things out of him in California. I think he's going to get up on that outside lane like he did at Homestead, nearly knocking the fence down, but I don't expect him to beat Kyle Busch, and I think he'll finish second. I think Tyler Reddick will be right back there in second. By the way, I had the top 2 mapped out there at the end of the final stage last week until Justin Allgaier wrecked, because I predicted Allgaier would finish second to Kyle Busch, but things changed. So I think Tyler Reddick will end up finishing second to Kyle. I think, obviously, Christopher Bell, if he keeps himself out of trouble, I think you'll probably see a top 5 from the 20 car. Maybe a top 5 from Justin Allgaier, at least a top 10, but maybe a top 5. Brandon Jones, I expect him to run good, obviously. He has been on a roll as of late. And Michael Annett, I mean, we'll see where he goes, but I mean, he has been strong as of recent weeks. I mean, that Daytona win, I think, has really given that team a lot of momentum, so hopefully he can dish out maybe a top 10 or a top 12, perhaps. And Justin Haley, I expect a top 15 at least. We'll see how he does on these bigger racetracks, but so far so good for that team. Ryan Sieg, coming off 2 straight top 10s. I say he gets a top 15. And Ross Chastain, you know, he was 17th last week in Phoenix. I didn't expect him to run in the top 10 on those smaller tracks. But, hey, we're going to a big track this week, so top 10. Top 10 for Ross Chastain. And, yeah, we'll see where everybody else falls. Let's see. Noah Gragson, we'll see how he does. Kind of, hopefully he can pull out a top 20. I think he'll be able to get that done. He's ran okay as of late. I mean, he is kind of roughly in the 10th or 12th place. Oh, I mean, granted, he did finish, I think, top 3 at Vegas, but there were some different pit strategies going on. And, well, actually, it was a lot of the top runners wrecked out, so he was able to avoid some of the wrecks and get a solid finish. So we'll see where he ends up. Hopefully top 20, at least the top 20 for Noah Gragson. Yeah, maybe 13th or 14th, I expect Noah Gragson to be around. So, yeah, that's Xfinity, but, hey, if you're looking for me to find somebody who's going to beat Kyle Busch, I haven't found him yet. I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, like I said on Monday, like, I just thought it was so weird that, you know, Christopher Bell, he comes to the end of that second stage, and he is leading by like 3 or 4 seconds over Kyle Busch. He's just dominated. Same thing in the first stage. Just Kyle couldn't get a thing on him. Kyle worked on his car. He got his car to turn better. Then they came out for the final stage, and all of a sudden, Kyle is leading by 3 or 4 seconds over Bell right before he wrecked. So it's a complete 180 of what happened in the first 2 stages. So after seeing that, and after seeing him come back from his pit penalty, man, you can't. From his pit penalty, I'm talking about Las Vegas. He had, oh wait, no, it wasn't a pit penalty. He had a loose wheel, I think. He had a loose wheel, Las Vegas, went a lap down, came back, won. So, yeah, it would be dumb to bet against him. So, I think Kyle Busch gets win number 200 across all 3 of the top major series, and he will win on Saturday. Sunday, of course, the Auto Club 400. 200 laps at the Auto Club Speedway. And lots to talk about. Obviously, the top 2 major teams this season. The only 2 teams who have won this season in these first 4 races have been Joe Gibbs and Team Penske. So, I look for pretty much relatively all of them to be strong. I think Kyle Busch will probably be somewhere in the top 10, as well as Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano, as well as Ryan Blaney. Eric Jones, got to get at least the top 15 for Eric Jones. Denny Hamlin, I think he'll be somewhere in there. But who am I leaving out? Oh, Truex. Of course, Truex. Hey, Truex won the Auto Club 400 a year ago, so expect him to be one of the favorites. But here's the thing. I don't think Team Penske and Joe Gibbs, I don't think they can hold these other teams back longer, which is why, for California, I am going with Clint Bowyer. I think Clint Bowyer wins at Auto Club Speedway. He has shown some solid speed all year long. He had one of the faster cars in Atlanta. He had a lot to show in those practice sessions at Atlanta. Didn't have to show it in the race, but last week at Phoenix he was running second at one point. So I expect Bowyer to go out here and win California. He's good on those bigger racetracks. He won Michigan last year, another big 2-mile track. That's actually 2.5 miles, but yeah, I think Clint Bowyer wins. I think they get the first win for Stewart-Haas Racing, and Bowyer will put himself into the playoffs. 5 different winners to start the year. As far as everybody else, like I said, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano probably going to get a top 10. I see Jones and Denny Hamlin probably being around the top 15 range, maybe just outside. Ryan Blaney, top 15, I say, maybe 13th or 14th for Blaney. Hendrick cars. Now, this is interesting because Jimmy Johnson, coming off his best finish of the year, an 8th place finish, and hey, he really worked for it. I mean, he had to do different pit strategies and all sorts of stuff, kept himself out of trouble on those big-time restarts, got himself in 8th place. So, as far as Jimmy goes, granted, this is one of his better racetracks, but just, I don't know. I mean, the reason I think he finished top 10 at Phoenix was not just because of the pit strategy, but like I said, Phoenix is one of Jimmy Johnson's better racetracks. So, overall, and you know, it would be reasonable to pick him for another top 10 for California, but I think he's going to be maybe just outside, probably maybe 11th or 12th for Jimmy Johnson. Chase Elliott runs pretty solid at California. I think he gets maybe an 8th or a 9th place. William Byron also runs good there. Maybe he finishes right around where Jimmy finishes, maybe 11th or 12th. And Alex Bowman looking to rebound from 2 incidents in Phoenix. I say he gets maybe a top 20. So there are your Hendrick cars. Roush Fenway coming off 12th and 13th place finishes in Phoenix. Ricky Stenhouse, I expect a big day from, because, you know, he likes these big racetracks, and say what you want about him, but he's driving really good as far these past 2 races. Ever since his little controversy with Truex Jr., he's been hot these past 2 weeks. So I give Stenhouse Jr. a top 10. And as far as Ryan Newman, I'm not so sure about that. I don't exactly know where he's going to fall. Maybe he gets a top 20. I don't know. I see him around maybe the 22nd, 23rd range. Phoenix is one of his better tracks. California, I'm not so sure. So, yeah, Stenhouse I see in the top 10. I mean, he's finished 5th at this track before. I believe it was back in 2016, I want to say. So, I think Stenhouse has a big day in California. As far as, let's see, I said Bowyer was going to win the race. Harvick, hey, I'm not so sure about Kevin Harvick right now. I mean, Kevin Harvick at this point last year had, you know, he had 3 straight wins, was going for 4 in a row, and I don't know. He still is without a win. I know it's kind of ridiculous to say. I know we're only 4 races in, but, you know, last week, Phoenix, his best racetrack, didn't lead a single lap. 9-time winner at that racetrack, and he didn't lead a lap. So, there's obviously something going on there. I don't know what it is, but Harvick, top 10, I think, still. I mean, he's still running solid. I mean, it's not like he's running bad, but say top 10 for Harvick. Top 10 for Almirola. I think he'll run pretty good. Suarez, top 15, 15th, 16th, I'd say. Kurt Busch, not Jamie McMurray, Kyle Larson. Hey, Larson, he's a former winner here. Let's say he gets a top 10. Kurt Busch, I say 17th, 18th, maybe, around there. I know Kurt worked a good pitch strategy at Vegas, but Other than that, we haven't seen too much speed from him. But hey, and this is all before practices and qualifying, so I'm just speculating on where I think everybody's going to be. So I think that's going to be pretty close to where everybody's going to be at. But I do think Clint Bowyer wins at California. I don't think a lot of people are expecting that. I think more people probably expecting maybe Truex Jr. since he won there last year. Maybe Kyle Busch to do a back-to-back or another Penske car win. But hey, Stewart-Haas, they still got fast race cars. They're still, running the top 10 every week. So I think they break through in California, and I think it's not going to be Harvick. It's going to be Clint Bowyer winning in California. Well, that is it on my prediction and preview show. Be back here on Monday to recap the weekend of action from the Auto Club Speedway. That is all. Everybody have a great day.